All right, here we are, round 3, final round. We're really close. I think we're back by, I think mainly we're like 7 off, not much. I might have missed some calculations or rules so far. Getting kind of laid out here on this side, so hopefully I didn't miss too much. If I did, I'll try to put stuff out in the comments or try to put some captioning in. So I'll have to learn how to do that. I've never had to do that before. New with this whole video thing. So given all that, round 3, I got 7 turns left. We did the maintenance and we're ready to go. So let's see if we can pull this one out. We're going to try to, looks like Xavier's pretty far back. I don't mind helping him at this point. And Reginald, on the other hand, I really need to neutralize him. Looks like probably he's going to get up to Company or Washington. If he starts going around that way, then we're going to have problems because Company 2 is the only one right now that's going to have any reach with engines. So they'll be able to reach 7 if we make it to the end of the game. So I'm going to try to avoid that company, helping them out as much as I can. Really need to get some engines on the companies that I own, so we're going to try doing that. And right now, for me, it's Company 3 and Company 4. So I really have to start building those out and get my connections. For Company 4, if I can get to Atlanta at this point, and really I only need like basically a really good build. That also puts them in a better spot too, and it cancels out this share there. So we're going to see how it goes. It's tight. Again, Reginald can potentially pull this off. Xavier might be able to get some shares in there that kind of throws things off as well. We might have a market panic, and if that's the case, then maybe that's one way that we can cut Reginald out on the share value there. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah, so let's just see how it goes. We're going to see the bot flip, and we got a 1 and a 3 and a 5. So 1, 3, 5. The reason why I didn't start the one at the first round, start at the beginning of the round track versus the end, is because of the difficulty in the first, when Xavier starts in the first round. That's why I split it that way. So probably, yeah, we're going to stick with it. So 1, 3, and 5. So, all right, here we go. Xavier. He's going to jump in on 6. That leaves us 2, 3, and 4. 4. I think actually my best play is probably to tank the Southern Railroad at this point. If I give Reginald the 2, though, he's going to build it, and I don't want him going north. I could give him 3, but he'd get a share in it, which isn't terrible, but that's the only share company I've got a good advantage on him on. Could let him help me out on 4. We'll do that. The only reason being is that it does actually matter. He can't afford the engine, but we will build track with his. So that's not nothing. So that leaves me the 3 and the 2. So 3, I don't have any capital reserves, so I can't add on my share there. I'm just going to pass here. I'm going to try burning him out. So that was the first turn. Second turn. Right. Reginald's going to go with the 3. That sucks. So he's going to get a share. I don't like that. So for Xavier, I can direct him at the 1. Can't direct him at the 1. Could direct him at the 4. 4 would give him a share 2. that wouldn't kick off maintenance. Because I'm also close to the end here. Or I could give him the 6. 6 would give him more shares out this way. And honestly, 6 is a fair amount going on here too. And if they make it to New Orleans, I've got some problems. And if I give Xavier presidency, this doesn't go anywhere. And I can't do anything with the 1. So I could either do... I could get a share. Yeah, we're going to do that. So I'm going to take the 6 for Xavier. Xavier's going to go here. I'm going to take the 4, and with the 1, we're going to get that last share, because that is the only thing we have that's my other strong company. So we'll do that. All right. Normal round. Xavier is the 4. Nuts. We're getting close. We may not make it to the end. 1, 2, 5. So I have to do the 1. The 2 can go to Reginald, which is going to move him up to the top, or I give him 5. 5, he's not in. He would pass. And then I could do the 2. I guess we'll do that. Pass for him. 2 and the 1. I'm going to pass there. Ugh, we're not. This is looking gross. Turn 4. Xavier goes to the 3. 4, 5, 6. 4 I can't do anything with anymore. So I don't want to give it to him. 5 he can't do anything with. 6 he could invest. Ugh, that's gross too. Five's all right because he can pass in it. That leaves me the 6 where I could invest, or the 4 I can't do anything with. I don't have invest, or I don't have capital reserve. I'm just going to grab some shares. It stinks for 4 because, oh man, I really got to get them over to Atlanta. Otherwise, I got nothing there. Where were you guys in this one? Nuts. Yeah, so I gotta, and I can't give 4 an engine either. So really the only way I'm going to get anything for them is going to be through connecting that final route. So company 6, I have 4 pips to work with. So, oh, that's right, I still have to get the share. So I just have 1 I can get. It hurts. So 3 was Xavier. Oh, wait. Was 3 Xavier? 4, 5. 5 was the pass. Oh, I got it backwards. No, I didn't. I can't remember if this is 4 or 3. It must be 3 because I didn't do it and I marked it. We're going to go with it. So, all right, turn 4. This is where we flip. 5. Reginald goes here. He's going to pass again. That leaves 5, 5, and 1. Xavier will give him a 5. And then I can't get a share in there yet. 1 is garbage. I'm going to pass this one too. All right. Normal round. Turn. Xavier with the 6. 2, 2, 6. 2 would be operations for, again, I'm trying to keep him away from Washington. We'll give Reginald the 6. They're going to build 2 shares, or a 6. They're going to build to 3, 3 or 3. I don't want to help him get Xavier. Well, he can help Xavier. That's fine. You know what? Fine. 3 and 3 there. We'll take a chance. So that's the operation for him. That leaves the 2 and the 2 for me. I'm still going to stall him out. So there's that. All right, flip. Reginald gets the 5. He can't invest. Since I don't own it, he's not going to do a share that way either. So that works out. Xavier, I can give him the 6, I can give him the 5, or I can give him the 2. 2 would give him... I wouldn't take the presidency away from him. From Reginald. 5. I could give him more shares in there. It doesn't hurt. He's pretty far... Well, yeah, he's pretty far back right now. That would leave 6 open for me. But 6 would only have 2 pip to work with. I really want shares in 6, though. So 2, we're going to give that to Xavier. And then 6 and 5, or I could develop 5 if I wanted to. Nah, 6 really needs, I need a share in there. So we'll go there. That's the 4. 4 pips. Yes, die of 5, and I got a 4 share. All right, final part of the round. Xavier can't do anything. Two and the 1. Oh, wow. All right, this is how it works. Here's the market panic. So the 2, that goes to Xavier. No, not we're in the last round. Reginald. Reginald passes with the 2, which gives me the 2 and the 1. That kicks off the panic. So the 3s don't rust. Interesting. Passes go for everybody else, which brings down the presidential value some. And that's that. Wow, we got cut short. All right, so let's see. Well, we didn't even get to the 5 trains. That was, wow, that was pretty low. All right, so let's see how this goes. I don't have a good feel on this one. I think we might have pulled it out, but who knows? Again, this was 3 and 4 just sort of bombed. I never even got into like actually get a really good company. So Reginald, he might have this one. 2 and 2. $2 a piece. Southern, they had the market panic, so they're going to get cut in half, rounding down. So they had 11, but again, they only got to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they had a wrap value 6. They never made it to Atlanta. Presidency is 8, but the 6 is really a 3 because of the panic. So we cut them down to size. So Reginald had 4. Xavier had 4. I had 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 8 is 20. 4 times 3 is 12. All right. Company 3. Did they make it? They made it from Norfolk to Atlanta. I own them. I had 4 shares. Reginald had 3. Xavier had 2. So 1 plus 3 is 4. Presidency on that one is 12 minus 6 for 6. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 6 is 22. 3 times 2 is 12. 2 times 4 is 8. Company 4, I own that one. And they only have a 1 train, and they have a route value of 3, but it goes down by 2, so that ends up being 1. Yikes. I wonder if I scored it wrong before, because of the 3 minus 2 is a 1. Let me think this through. Route value of 3 has a 1 for service capacity, so it's a 4. 4 minus the black share is 2. I might have done that wrong earlier in the game. Yeah, well, we're going to keep it. 16 minus 8 is 8. I have 4 shares. Yes, 4 shares. Original was 2. Xavier has 2 as well. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 8 is 16. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. All right. We're getting down where Xavier picked up. So Louisville never made it north. Thank goodness. So they have a route value of 3. They never made it to Atlanta. They never made it. Would have made it to Cincy. That was close. Because they own it, they don't take the black share penalty either, so that doesn't get reduced. Presidency for them is 4. Wow, they didn't get much at all. I have 1. Xavier has 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 4 is 13. And then, this is going to be rough. Illinois Central made it. Oh, man. You know what I did? Oh, crap. I'm having a rough game tonight. I just realized I was supposed to rush the 3s. Oh, nuts. All right. We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll do this. And we're going to do that. Nuts. All right, so those rust. Yikes. All right. Still doesn't affect them because they can only get to 7 places. So that was still 6. I didn't have to erase that. So 2 times 6 is 12. Original is 4 times 6 for 24, plus 8 is 32. And then 4 times 6 is 24. 3 was still the same. So they just have the 1 and 3. 3 made it to Atlanta. So actually, I might have messed that up before. So 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 22. 4 times 3 for Reginald is 12. 2 times 4 is 8. Company 4. So again, we just had the 1 for service capacity, or a lot of service capacity, but didn't make it to Atlanta, and also didn't make it to New Orleans. That's a bummer. So they just have the 1 there, and the minus the 2, again down to 0. I get the presidential bonus, but they don't get anything. Louisville, they only had the 3. So I get 1 times 3 is 3. Xavier gets 3 times 3 is 9, plus 4 is 13. And then finally, Illinois Central has the 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they reach the off line, so that's 8. Ugh. Xavier had 4. Reginald with 3 and I had 2. Maybe we pulled this off after all. Presidential bonus was 12. Wow, maybe Xavier's going to come out on this. Who knows? 3 times 8 is 24. 2 times 8 is 16. 4 times 8 is 32. Plus 12 is 44. All right. So let's see how this goes. Make sure I got this right. All right, so 2, 14. 2, 14 plus, make sure I did that right, 4 plus 4, 22. Yep, okay, so 2, 14, 14 plus 22 is 36. 36 plus 8 is 44. 44 plus 3 is 47. Plus 24 is 71. So we ended up with 2, carry the 1, 7, 14, 15. Wow, low scoring. Reginald 2, 32. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, it's a 3. So 34, 48, 64. 7, 5, had 1, 145. Wow, I think we did edge them out. 12. I think we did. 7, 34, 48, 64. Wait a minute. 34, 48. You can tell it's late. 34, 46. 34, 16, 48, 64. Yeah, we got it. All right. So 9, 17. And then that's the 4. So it's the only thing with the dry. That's why on the bigger version of the game, these boxes are all bigger. Trying to do this on with dry erase is definitely more of a challenge. So 17, 14, it's a 1. Carries the 1. So 2, 7, 13. Yeah, that was it. Wow, we pulled them out by 9. Okay, let's see if Xavier pulled out from behind. This could be scary. 32, 45. 45 plus 44 is 89. So 131. Wow, we pulled it off. I think all the work that we did for trying to keep him out of Washington, I think that was huge, because that would have been another $3. And at the 6, that would have been 9. Had enough of a thing on it. It would have flipped it. It would have been really close. So yeah, that was tight. So that is the Southeast map. Again, this is definitely more advanced compared to regular Rust and Revenue for the base game. Definitely more going on. I'm still play testing a little bit. I'm making sure that I get the rules down as well as I can for the exceptions, particularly with the short track. Getting the variant language down so that we'd have less questions later. But yeah, definitely a lot going on. But I really enjoy the map. Again, the lease lines are probably they're the most complicated. I don't see them being as popular on this map. On Maine, I think that they play into things just a little bit more the times that I've played. So that's okay. But yeah, I mean, this was, but definitely you got to see the passes at play. You got to see a little bit of the market panic. It was a really good run. Scores were typically lower, and there's a lot of a lot of complications that can happen with the hubs over here. You also have some really quick builds that, again, if Illinois Central managed to make it all the way down, and Reginald was, he wasn't president, but if he was, he could have also gotten 3 that way potentially. I mean, if he had the bypass. So that is one of the expansion maps. So we made it this far. Congratulations. We got the game wrapped up. That is the Southeast map, Southeast USA map for Rust revenue for the historic map expansion number 1. Definitely more involved than the base game. Definitely a lot more going on. Play is definitely tight. The UK map is the easiest one to start out with. Easier builds, more straightforward, easier company powers. The next step up is Germany. Again, more open, but a little more tight. A little more going on with some of the engines. A little bit tighter for the hubs. And then Maine and Southeast USA, they crank it up to 10. So definitely more of a brain-burning exercise than before. So thank you very much for going. And if you made it this far, awesome stuff. I'm glad that you made it out this far. I'm hoping that to get this out so that we can get some out to the players in December, and physical run, if it comes around in one shape or another, will be in January. So, and then February will be Just Games Rochester. From there on, I have a couple game ideas that I'm sort of working on together to see which one will sort of pop. I'm planning on having something, whatever game 2 happens to be. Game 2 will be in the summer, either in May or August, because I have my retail set up, I have print and play set up, I have website set up, I have all the stuff ready to go. So a lot of the pain of the first run is mitigated. So it's going to be a lot easier to go through and just bust out ideas and just really focus and jam on design. So I'm looking really forward to that. For Rust and revenue after that, I do have material for definitely a second historic pack. There's a lot of other ways that the system can still build out and bridge, and there's always the procedural content that I did before, and it'd be easy enough to wrap some of that into this package here. So, I mean, it's all good. It's just been so much fun. So thank you again. Take care, and hopefully see you soon. And maybe we'll do another video soon. Thank you very much. Bye.